So you mentioned that you got close to $100,000 in funding. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. And so, like, what did that timeline look like in terms of like when you started, like the funding process up until now, like with your current limits? Like, what did that timeline look like?
What, a month? Yeah, it's been a month. A month.
About a month. Okay, so
Yeah.
nearly $100,000 in funding within close to a month or so. That is amazing. So
Hmm.
and sometimes people they have a limiting belief that they need an aged LLC or their business needs to be like 5, 10, 15 years old before they can acquire capital. If you guys don't mind, let the people know how old your business actually is.
When we started the LLC,
Yes, yes,
I think it was beginning of this month. Yeah. Yeah, it was the beginning of this month.
Okay. All right. So just to make sure I understand, so you guys have been able to acquire nearly $100,000 in funding on a business that's under a year old, right? Actually, under six
Oh
months old.
yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like I
Yes.
said, a lot of times
Yes.
people have this limiting belief that they need an aged LLC or that they need to be generating hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue or even like millions of dollars in revenue before they can acquire capital. But that's just not the case here. So that's amazing. That's good to hear. And also, one more thing, sometimes people have a limiting belief that they shouldn't pay anything up front. They should, try to get with somebody who can work with them on a commission basis. But I always tell them that, if you go that route, of course it can work, but you're not going to get the support that you need. You're not going to be able to hop on, actual calls like this with people who are actually in your corner working with you on an application by application basis. So if you don't mind sharing, how has that experience been in terms of the support?
Yes, having someone that is available through Zoom calls, text
Mhm.
message is very helpful. You can be in the middle of a application and you can send
Mhm.
your project manager a question and they're able to get back with you with that question while you're in the midst of the application. So having somebody hands on is very helpful and is very needed.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, awesome. Glad to hear that. And I don't think I asked. So what kind of business do you guys have, and like how you're looking to take that capital, nearly $100,000 that you've received thus far. How are you looking to deploy that money into your business?
Yes, yes. So we have a business called Twins Inflatable. What it
Mhm.
is that we rent out
Bouncing
bouncing
house.
houses. We also do chairs, tables, and
Mhm.
tents from events and things.
Mhm.
The money that we are acquired through this funding will help us buy more bouncing houses. Also help us get a van to help carry the equipment in. Also advertising. We
Mhm.
want to do more advertising with people flyers, and also we're able to do a launching that will help people. Our one of our main focus is kids with autism, and so that
Yeah.
we're gonna do a luncheon with that, bring kids in, also have resources for them to get help for their child if they have autism.
Awesome.
And
I,
another
yeah.
thing, our next goal, we would like to get like a big building so we can
Mhm.
have the bouncy house in the inside. Therefore they can come in,
Hmm.
Yeah.
even if it's raining or whatever, they get to have some type of experience on the bouncy house.
Yes, awesome. I love it. I love it. I love the cause. I love the purpose. And that's what this is about, being able to go out there, get access to capital without having to waste years trying to save the money to do that. Can you guys imagine, having to save nearly $100,000 for most people? I mean, that would take years, right? Yeah, absolutely. And so, and
Correct.
so
Yes.
you guys have,
Yes.
have been able to
Yes.
do that in less than a month. Now you have the capital that you need to fulfill your goals, your dreams, and as you and I both know, you can actually take the money from those credit cards, liquidate it, which is going to be the next part of this process here, and then you could take that and deposit it into your account. So, yeah, just amazing, amazing people to work with, guys. And this is what it's about. Having the right mindset, have that mindset to invest in yourself. To understand that, hey, I'm going to trade X amount of dollars up front so that I can get 100,000, 200,000, three hundred
Hmm.
thousand, and they had that right mindset. So, yeah, definitely been a pleasure working with you guys. And honestly, this is just the beginning. So I appreciate it.
Amen.